How's it going, guys? Today I am going to be working on Red Ted again. Red Ted is back. I am stoked to have it back. It is becoming a nicer time of year in Canada, so I can bring her out. She's looking awesome. It is very dirty. It was sitting at my house for the whole entire winter, and it is covered in dirt. Thankfully, I'm getting it detailed on Sunday. But in the meantime, I'm going to be installing my new Raspberry Pi dash from my new sponsorship from Raspberry Pi. This is my 7-inch touchscreen Raspberry Pi dash. It comes in larger sizes or smaller. I can tune from it, I can downlog from it, I can have speedos from it, RPM, like literally like endless. I can go on the internet while driving. This thing is bad, so I definitely wanted one into my Red Ted daily driver as well as my race car. I had one put in the race car, I put one in and was so happy. I asked for another one, he gave me another one, which is sick. So I'm gonna throw this bad boy in.
First step is to take out the dash, and when I was taking it apart, I realized that the entire face was one piece and it goes pretty much to the passenger side. So it's very difficult, lots of things to undo, and it's so awkward and big. This is gonna be difficult.
Here is my Raspberry Pi touchscreen dash. Just unboxed it. Comes with an inverter to attach to positive and ground to get power to this boy. And it also comes with a cord to go to your computer so you can tune your actual ECU in your car. And here I have a carbon fiber plate that I have already made. I made this when I made the stuff for the twin engine car. So once I made this piece for the twin engine car, I made two. So I've got one ready to go, and this computer just slides right in, and then I've just got to figure out how I'm gonna mount this to my current dash. So what I figured out is, after I got the dash out, this is the angle that the dash faces me, on an angle. So say my face is right here, I'm gonna put the letters here on my elbow, and this is where my dash is gonna be sitting. So if I just placed my dash on it like this, it would be facing my belly button, the dash. So what I wanna do is I wanna make a line right to here. So just bring this high spot the same to down there, so then it's facing me nicely.
Here I'm just sanding everything down that I told you I was going to, and making sure it's all flat, going back and forth to the dash and making sure it actually fits flush. As you can see, I've got it sitting on the dash, and look how flimsy it is now because the entire back is taken out. So I see a lot of problems with gluing it as of now, and that's exactly what I'm going to be fighting with this project now.
Okay, I've got my modified dash piece here, and I'm going to shove it in, and I'm going to see how much room I made with cutting out the back and everything. Because if I made a bunch of room, I won't have to alter the back of the carbon fiber piece, because I'm thinking that it's going to have to be cut down, because it does protrude quite a bit out of the sides, and I think I definitely do need to take some out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to trace this opening onto my carbon fiber piece and only allow about a 1/4 inch overlay on the back. So I'll cut that out, and then I'll be able to epoxy that piece in, and it should work dandy. All right, I'm gonna drop my dash onto my carbon fiber plate here with the computer in it, and I'm going to go from the back with a pen or marker or whatever, and mark the outside of all this stuff, because it does overlap quite a bit. As you can see right here, it does overlap a little bit too much, and I think that's going to be an issue later on. So I'm gonna have to mark that and trim that off. All right, this is the back of my dash where the back of the computer is going to be.
I'm gonna show you how it just slides in easily. And that's easy as that, how it's gonna be removable. So if I ever sell the car or need to get rid of it or whatever, need to change something, pops out real easy. All I gotta do is take out this dash piece, and then this pie will slide right out. I'm gonna try some contact cement. I've never really used it before, but might as well try it. The way you're supposed to use contact cement is you put a thin layer on both pieces you're trying to stick together, wait for 15 minutes, and once the glue is dry, then you can put them together, and the glue is what bonds to itself. So basically, put some down, wait 15 minutes, then put them together. All right, so this is the day after I put the dash back into the car and glued it up into the car. You're gonna see the disaster in there. But anyways, I'm going to try and remove the dash from the car, and hopefully it's glued up enough, because I had to stick my hand in behind and gob in my glue from behind. So I didn't get much on, so basically it's to get it in the right position to hopefully be able to remove it and then glue it. The reason why I couldn't do this on the bench is because the actual dash was cut in the center, because on the bottom I had to come so far that it was just like a C, so it lost all its rigidity, and basically I could not get it to fit properly on the bench. So I'm like, okay, the best thing to do is to glue it in the car so it has that perfect form from when everything clicks in. All right, here she is. I'm gonna show you this disaster of clamps I've got going on. As you can see, there's quite a bit of clamps in here. Can't even turn the steering wheel. I actually did this yesterday, and I did this and backed it up and just didn't turn the steering wheel. So I'm gonna see how dry this glue is, and it seems pretty dry, so maybe I'm lucky enough I can remove it today. So here is the back of my dash, and it looks very complicated, but it's actually not too bad. Everything is labeled for what light bulbs do what. This is for like green for blinkers, left blinker, green, so forth. So in this one, it says fuel. As you can see right there, it says fuel. So I'm gonna take out that light bulb, and now there's two sides. There's one side is a positive and one side's negative. I've got to figure that out. And I've followed these little lines, which the wires basically, the continuity goes through, and these connect with all these little light bulbs too. So I'm assuming this side is ground and this side's positive. So once following this one, it goes all the way to this pin over here. Another way to check is you go to continuity. If I'm trying to find the ground side, I put my one terminal on the right side and then go to a ground over here. So these are all ground pins right here, which is normal. So now I'm gonna try and find my positive. So I've got my positive on the other side of where the light bulb goes in, and then I've already chased this, and it is over here, and it'll make a beep sound. Right here, you'll hear a beep. So this pin, I've got to take out of the actual plug that goes into the back of my dash. This is the stock dash, so it won't be plugged into anything. So I've got to cut that wire out of this plug that isn't going to be in anything, and then wire it to an actual light bulb in my dash. I'm just going to drill a hole into my dash, put a bulb, so I know when I'm low on fuel. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get like 50K with the low light bulb going on, which is fine because I can get to work and back